G'day friends and foes, RJ here with RJ's This Is Not Legal Advice, episode 111, or TINLA 111 for short. So this follows the earlier video I did today, which was TINLA 110, about uncovering more details to do with the prima facie electoral fraud by Ricardo Bossi. Of the Australia One party. It is an unregistered party at this stage, which you can have, even though a lot of people don't understand that. But anyway, so in the earlier episode I did today, I went to a registered address that Ricardo Bossi has in Queensland, and that is 12 Cortum Drive, Burleigh West. And he has that registered with the Queensland Electoral Commission, at least for electoral advertising. So under Section 181 of the Electoral Act, Queensland, you basically have to have a contact address where you are physically present, day to day. It can be a workplace or your residence. And obviously in Queensland, so Ricardo has a shop called Ashanti Furniture, or Ashanti Furniture and Design, that, as I said, is at West Burleigh. Obviously he does not reside nor work there currently, even though he has himself been the authoriser on the electoral material. And also I didn't get to finish talking about I did say about Commonwealth offences, as in the Criminal Code, 1995, and also the Commonwealth Electoral Act, 1918. So basically the electoral rolls are all linked. So if you change address, to say, you move to Newcastle in New South Wales as an example, from wherever you were, or even within Newcastle, and you update your address with the RTA, or it's called the Roads and, RMS now, Roads and Maritime Safety or something like that, service I should say, but that automatically updates the council electoral roll, the state electoral roll, as well as the federal one. And if you register in a state, or change an address in a state, such as in Queensland, then it automatically goes to the Australian electoral roll as well. So therefore it's Commonwealth offences that appear to have been engaged in as well. So I did have my computer open ready to go with some more information, and could have looked up some information with everyone online as well. And my battery died on my laptop because it doesn't retain the battery, not use up the battery for some reason when it's closed. I have looked in power management. I can't find why it's doing that, but maybe it's short-circuiting, something like that. But I did look up ashantifurniture.com.au, and I see in the about section that it says Tracy and other people, family-run business. There's only one in Australia. And who might Tracy be? Tracy, I think you will find, is Tracy Tackett-Thorne, however you pronounce her surname. She was the Australia One candidate for the seat of Currumbin, and apparently Ricardo Bossi was registered at her business address. So that brings about the question, was further electoral fraud done? They only had two candidates, Australia One, but they ran as independents, in the Queensland election on the 31st of October, and it now appears that both have committed, potentially, dishonesty offences that can disqualify them if they are convicted. And it is important to know that they need to go to court and have a fair trial, etc., in order to be convicted. But it appears that both candidates have committed dishonesty offences, which can also disqualify them from running in elections for 10 years, as well as disqualify them from being members of at least registered political parties. So if you register a political party, there's a couple of things that you must include. One of which is that you are seeking to be elected for, the state or the federal government or whatever, the Senate, something like that, depends where you are. And the laws are probably pretty much the same in every state and territory. Another one is that if a person has a disqualifying offence, which is defined in legislation as well as via common law, to include dishonesty offences, things like fraud, etc. And, it does raise questions as to if Tracy has committed offences as well, either aiding and abetting Ricardo and or conspiracy. A lot of people think conspiracy means something's fake, but there is actually a crime of conspiracy. There's variable ones or multiple ones. For instance, there's conspiracy to bring false accusation, conspiracy to, do X, Y, Z. So conspiracy is just two or more people who have combined together for an unlawful purpose. So it does appear, and this is breaking news, no one else has investigated this apparently, or, at least said about it, that both candidates for the Australia One Party have committed electoral fraud in the Queensland state election. And the only other time that that party has had a candidate was Ricardo running for the federal seat of Eden Monaro, which is around the ACT, just north of the Victorian border, the northern part of the Riverina area. So it appears that every one of their candidates may have committed electoral fraud. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe, get the word out. It is breaking news, as I said. And, we'll see in time if, people are held to account. If they are cleared, then great. If they're not, then, they may well be convicted. They may well be banned from running in elections. They may well be banned from being in political parties. They may well even be jailed. Even though, people can do mitigating circumstances. Also covered in an earlier video was that Ricardo did a video trying to debunk my previous video, Tinla 82, which was about prima facie electoral fraud. I went through, legislation, more and more of it, but I didn't cover the federal crime aspect. Because, I basically do these videos from my car because it's less quiet, or less noisy, I should say. It's like I just went outside and then there's birds tweeting everywhere. And also because then I can have my phone plugged in to the car so it charges while I'm doing the videos to do it longer. But, so I didn't cover everything. Also, with today, I actually went to a registered address for Ricardo Bossi, and it's not a legitimate address where he can be found day to day. And even for myself, where I am legally protected, my address, my location is legally protected. I can't even, if I want to authorize my own flyers or anything like that, then I would have to use my own address. And I don't authorize my own material, so there are ways around that, because otherwise people see something saying RJ Martin at blah 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 street blah blah, and that is not a very good outcome for myself when I get death threats all the time from gangland people and stuff like that, merely for being politically active. So anyway, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I should cover quickly. Maybe not. That'll do. So please like, share, subscribe, get the message out, and thank you for your time. Bless you all.